Bullshit.
Is it?
Yeah, the $75,000 number. First of all, that was already like 10 years ago, so we have to factor in inflation. But second, more recent research has shown that actually happiness continues increasing. There's also self-satisfaction, so there's a variety of different variables. Basically, don't believe that $75,000 number that's tossed around. It doesn't make any sense. What's more important is you create a vision together and you go, what would make this week, this year, this next 10 years amazing for us? Let's just put it all out there. It doesn't even matter if we know how we can afford it or not. Then let's talk about it. Do we know our numbers? Do we have enough? Can we pay for our kids' college or not? Can we buy an extra iPhone charger so we don't have to run to the bedroom every day? And you start to create and design your rich life together. That's the way you do it.
Very interesting topic, and it's particularly pertinent to me because, you know, as I said, I spoke to a divorce lawyer the other week, and he told me that it's one of the top 2 reasons couples get divorced is because of money problems. And I really didn't know what he meant. I thought maybe it's one of the partners loses all of their money and it causes arguments, or maybe it's just that there's a lot of resentment and frustration built up because there's opaqueness surrounding the subject of money. And it's kind of like the elephant in the room that has never been addressed. And this is exactly what you try and do in this book, and you do it so masterfully. Your first book has sold, 7 figures worth of copies, and I understand why. And I have a sneaking suspicion that this book is going to be equally successful because it is the elephant in the room in most relationships. The fact that, when I saw that you'd written a book about money for couples, it immediately made me realize, I go, Chris, we've never talked about that in our relationship. And why not? And it's a whole complex myriad of reasons and trauma and emotions and insecurities and shame. But like all things in my relationship, the more talking I did about it, the better it became and the less of an issue it became. And, there's almost a correlation in relationships, isn't there, between the amount you talk about an issue and how big the issue is. And that relates to all things, whether it's sex or if it's the in-laws or it's friendships or whatever it might be. So it's a really well-timed book, and I've really not discovered one quite like it. So I highly recommend everybody goes and checks it out. It's out in December. The link is below. So if you're listening to this now, you should be able to pre-order this book right now. And hopefully this can form the foundation of a conversation that you very much need to have in your relationship. One that might just save your relationship.
Such a pleasure.
We have a closing tradition on the podcast where the last guest leaves a question for the next in the Diary of a CEO. And the question that's been left for you is, what can you do to improve humanity and the life of people?
I think in my world, the best thing I can do is set an example of someone who publicly speaks about the things that are important to them